Welcome to my first video where we're going to go through the book of Ruth, and we're going to discuss matters of morphology so we can sharpen our skills in parsing Hebrew words. And we'll also discuss matters of Hebrew syntax, how clauses and certain words are functioning in clauses. As I am growing my understanding of this, of producing videos and running my website, I'm probably going to do shorter sections of verses first. So today we're just going to go up to the Athnot, and then hopefully I'll grow in my understanding and I can make my videos more efficient, so it'll be better for you, the listener. And so yeah, so I'll be growing in my understanding of this as we go along. But let's start. We have Ruth 1:1. Again, we're going up to the Athnot. We have Vayahi, Bimei, Shafot HaShoftim, Vayahi, Ra'av, Ba'aretz. So first, I want to look at the first clause going up to the Zakef. And what's the first thing I notice? I notice I have Vayahi, and that is a Vav consecutive of the call imperfect of the verb Haya. Now the Vav consecutive converts, if you will, the imperfect from its normal future tense to a past tense. And so we translate it, and it happened. Next thing I notice, I have a construct chain consisting of three words, Bimei Shafot HaShoftim, in the days of the judging of the judges. And let's look at the first word first, Bimei. What I have there is a serayod, which tells me that it is the masculine plural construct ending. So that's one of my clues to let me know that this is part of the construct chain. And this is for the word yom, day. And with the masculine plural construct ending, it's days. Now, yom is irregular for the masculine plural construct. I get yomei. That's why it looks a little different than what you would expect. But I also notice I have a bait preposition, and this is where I get the translation in the days of. But why do I have that hirik yod? As you can see, I have some scribbling. So let's go here. As I said before, masculine plural construct of yom is yomei. And then when I add the bait preposition, the bait gets a hirik. But when the yod and a schwa is preceded by a hirik, the yod loses its schwa, and you're left with a hirik yod. And that's why we have be may. And again, that's in the days. So that's our first word in the construct package. Our next word is shafot. That's a call infinitive construct, and it's a verbal noun. So in the days of the judging, and because it's construct, that it's constructed on to this word here. And so let's look at our last word, hashoftim. I have a hirik yod mem. That's my masculine plural absolute ending. So the judges, not in the days of the judging of the judge, but the judges. So we're dealing with more than one judge. I'll also notice I have the definite article on Shoftim. And the thing to keep in mind about construct packages, if the last word has an article, then the whole thing is definite. And that's why you were hearing me say, in the days of the judging of the judges. This one article makes the whole thing definite. It's not in days of judging of the judges, but in the days of the judging of the judges. So it's very important to keep in mind. So let's look at our second clause. So we're right here. Again, I have Vayahi, and just like our first one, Vav consecutive, call imperfect 3ms of Haya, and it happened. Here I have my subject of my verb. So, and a famine happened. And you notice that Ra'av lacks the article, so it's not definite. It's a famine happened. Very important to keep in mind when a word's definite or indefinite. A famine happened in the land. So we have in the land. So let's talk about this word here. We saw that we have eretz, with a bait preposition. But how do I know that it's in the land and not in a land? And so let me tell you my answer and I'll work backwards. This bait preposition supplanted the hey of the article, and it retained the vowel of the article, and so that's how I know I have in the land. There are some clues that let me know that the remnant of the article is still there and the bait replaced it. So eretz, when you add the article to eretz, you get a hey. And normally, let me erase that accent. Normally, for an article, you get a patah and then a dagesh forte in the first root letter. But that aleph is a guttural, and gutturals do not like dagesh, so that aleph rejects it and lengthens that patah to a kametz. And then eretz, when you add the article, that first segol goes to kametz, and we won't go. This just is something to remember about this word. When you add the article, that segol goes to kametz. But when we add a bait preposition, that bait supplants the hey. It takes the place of that hey, and it keeps the vowel of the article. So we have in the land. And that's how I know not to pronounce it in a land. So let's go back. So we stopped here. We have from the beginning, and it happened in the days of the judging of the judges, and a famine happened in the land. Well, that's our first video. One quick note that you notice that for Haya, you heard me translate it and it happened. A lot of our English translations, we say and there was, and that's a good translation. We'll be talking about Haya and what it means and how it functions in later videos. I'll probably post a little something about it, a short little blog on the website about Haya. But it means and something happened, something existed. it expresses verbal action. Our English translations, and there was a famine in the land. That's a good English translation, but I'm going to try to be a little more literal when we translate. So, well, that's our first video. I hope that you find it helpful, and as I do more of these, I hope to become better at producing these videos so it can be helpful for you. And I will try to put somewhere where comments can be added. Maybe you notice something I can address more, or something I can do better to make these videos better for you, because I'm making these for you. So, well, God bless, and we'll see you next time.